What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. I waited because sometimes it takes a second for it to come in. I'm going to go turn my AC off, but today's video is actually going to be in response to a few people. First of all, is it weird to commentate or to comment on a commenter? Meaning, we got Nick Strength and Power, we got Phil Heath, and we got Brian Shaw. First of all, rest in peace to the guy's knees that did the 881 or attempted the 881 squat. Holy crap, I'm so sorry to see that. That was really hard to watch. In addition to that, a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Nick Strength and Power. I watch him pretty religiously. And here's the reason I do. Because there are a couple things that I enjoy keeping up with, and it's strongman and bodybuilding. I will say the scope of what Nick Strength and Power knows compared to what I know are probably, it's his full term thing. So he knows a lot more about bodybuilding on the aspect of who's competing at what and different things, how they work and stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some things. First of all, Phil Heath is pretty arrogant, but in the same sense, he kind of has a reason to be. He's one of the best in the world. I think the fact that Nick Strength and Power was... Okay, let me back up. First of all, I don't even know why I'm making this video. I just feel like it needs to be talked about. First of all, Nick Strength and Power, how he words things can be seen as extremely disrespectful. Now, coming from me, I'm probably somebody that sounds a lot like he talks, I would imagine, maybe. So, Nick Strength and Power should have been outcasted by Phil Heath, because Phil Heath, with the whole bubble gut thing and stuff like that, is one of the best bodybuilders in the world, and unnecessarily Nick Strength and Power kind of drug him through the mud. The way Nick Strength and Power words things is like, he's like, I'd like to see this from this person. I'd like to see, like, bro, you're not these people's coach. Like, I realize that you think you're like some world-renowned person as far as like the bodybuilding industry is concerned, and you did a show and stuff like that, and that's cool. I've not done a show. I get it, but you're talking like these people are there to impress you, like you are the person that they're doing this for. I would be a little more careful about how you word things. Like, you gotta be nice, about certain things and stuff like that. These people are being judged their entire careers and stuff by a judge that actually has something to say about their physique, and you're not that judge. You might be someday, to be honest. The world goes crazy ways. You may be a bodybuilding judge someday. I don't know. But as it stands right now, you're not. And I think that job should really be left for qualified individuals. Does that make sense? Like, you are a fan, and that's great, and you're probably one of the greatest bodybuilding fans out there, like, in all honesty. But I think it's you got to be careful about like how you talk about people. Like, you got to remember, dude, like, none of us can imagine the dedication that goes into that type of getting that type of mass. You know what I mean? Yeah, people take steroids. Yeah, people take this, people take that. But at the end of the day, like, they also take themselves to the gym every day and work their faces off. And they also take themselves to the grocery store and eat their faces off, and they diet and they do nutrition, and they are dedicated, and they've put in, decades of their lives to be able to, sacrifice these things for the support, or for the sport. So I think it's very important that you got to be careful about how you critique these people, because in the reality of things, dude, like, you or I or nobody's going to understand. You did one bodybuilding show. I think it was one bodybuilding show. Maybe it was more. Who knows? But these people are like making a complete life out of this. And you have to understand, because you do almost have 1 million subscribers. I'm just a little old YouTuber over here. You almost have 1 million subscribers. So people are watching your stuff, and you're having a pretty big impact on these people's lives. You know what I mean? So that's important, that you're kind, and it seems like you're playing favorites and stuff like that. And let's be completely honest, egos out of it or anything. Phil is one of the greatest. Big Ramy is one of the greatest. Kai Green is one of the greatest. You know what I mean? Like, these people are amazing. But also, aside from that, good job, Phil, and good job, Nick Strength and Power, for kind of going back. Nick Strength and Power, I would say, like, just be careful about how you word stuff, man, because Phil squashed it, and you're like, I'm pretty sure he still hates me, and blah, blah, blah. And you got these sly ass comments coming afterwards, dude. Just like, you got one of the biggest egos, the biggest bodybuilders in the planet, saying that there's no beef, and you're still kind of running your mouth about some stuff. And it's like, bro, just let it go. Like, let it go. You're probably going to get unblocked if you just shut the hell up. You know what I mean? And then, it is cool, because the reality is, I feel like, you like see the Jay Cutlers, you see the Kai Greens, you see all those programs and stuff like that. Phil, time hasn't come yet for a lot of that, I believe. And I think it's going to. And hell, man, it would be cool if you got to be a part of that. So I think you would just be careful, because he is one of the best, Kai Green hasn't won, and I don't know, nobody really knows exactly why or why not or whatever. And, there's speculation about different things and stuff like that. But reality wise, he's an underdog and he never made it. And Phil Heath, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, those guys are putting up multiple wins, multiple wins, and they're building a future for themselves. And hell, man, it would be cool if you could be a part of that. So I would just be careful about how you operate, because not only specifically with that bodybuilding participant, but think about the future of where your career could go. Because I feel like just Nick Strength and Power is just like a stepping stone. It could be something else. It could be an Olympia stage, not only commentator, but like maybe an Olympia stage, like bodybuilding judge or something. So that would be cool. So just be careful about that. Anyway, who gives a shit what I think, right? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Moving on. The other thing that I was going to say, the dude with the 881, holy crap, that was crazy and dangerous. I know you say, what? The next thing was, I just got to get this damn Brian Shaw thing out of the way. By the way, Thor, holy crap, Thor has retired. I don't think that's true yet. The reason I don't think that's true, mainly, is for the simple fact that Thor's one of the strongest dudes on the planet, if not the strongest, Obviously, he is on the deadlift at the moment. But I don't think that's a permanent thing. I think it's a damn good idea to back off of the strength, to be able to pursue other things, because they don't really go in hand in boxing and stuff like that. And we all know I wouldn't mind seeing Eddie Hall get knocked out. No, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I know a lot of you guys love Eddie Hall, and you know what? He's I don't want to see him get knocked out. But like the way he got really mean with it and stuff like that, and I think it just it's gonna go down, and it's a good idea for Thor to back off. Brian Shaw, what dude? Oh my gosh, talk about a double standard. Brian Shaw is like playing both sides, and I don't know why people aren't seeing this before. Brian Shaw was like dogging on Thor's whole record and stuff like that back in a few months ago. And now Brian Shaw is holding a strongman competition at his house. Wow. Wow. Like, that is freaking interesting because clearly, Brian Shaw, none of those things should actually be valid, according to you, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to speak on that too much, but I think it's kind of freaking funny that that is an issue. And the other thing is, I think 2020 is going to be pretty damn interesting as far as like Phil Heath is concerned. I think Phil Heath is probably going to win just for the fact that he's coming back and making a comeback and stuff. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Nick Strength and Power. If you probably won't watch this video, and I don't really give a damn, to be honest. But if you do, caution to doing any type of live stream commentating with Kai Green because you're squashing the beef with Phil Heath. And you're going to do a live commentating with Kai Green over the Olympia, and you and Kai Green both have showed like kind of like a dislike for Phil Heath or whatever it is. And I think it's like you just got to be careful, man. You got to be careful because I don't think Kai Green's one to like shut up about it and stuff like that. And he's very vocal in his videos, and I just don't think that's the type of thing that you should be doing. You know, it's very childish and very like petty and stuff, and I would not be doing a commentating because if you do and Kai Green's running his mouth, I guarantee Phil Heath ain't never going to let you back in. And think about it. I don't care. I think Kai Green should have won some Olympias, to be honest. I'm all about the underdog, and I think he's a great champion and stuff. And he's one of the greatest bodybuilders alive. But regardless of what did or didn't happen, I mean, I believe we're tying. He's going for a tie for Ronnie Coleman right now for an 8th win, right? For Phil Heath. So think about who's going to be having the sponsors. Think about who's going to be able to put you in a better position. You know what I'm saying? Like Kai Green is very not careful about, you know, the things that he says and stuff like that. And it's very kind of non-sport disrespectful and stuff. And I don't think that's like Kai Green. I think Kai Green is just like feeding off of the energy and the attention that it's gotten him and stuff like that. So to each their own, you know, I think they're both great competitors. And I think it would be pretty cool if Kai Green and Phil Heath competed at 2020. I mean, why the hell not? You know, I think Kai Green's in shape to be able to do so. He's looking pretty freaking big. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm sticking to it. And you guys be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Again, I will say I'm a fan of Phil Heath, Kai Green. I'm not a fan of Brian Shaw just because of the crookedness that went on here. I don't think that was fair. It's okay for one person to do it. It's not okay for him to do it, but it's okay for Brian to do it. It's just like, I don't really like that whole thing. Anyway, have a good day, guys. And I'm curious, who do you think is going to win the 2020 Olympia?